In the age of digital transformation and software-enabled changes, businesses today are working on each angle to provide the highest quality of services and products. As per a Gartner survey in 2017, it found out that 42% of CEOs have already begun the process of digital transformation, while 56% of them made gains after implementing automation. Well, experts say we will see a synergy in functioning of AI and intelligent process automation, which earlier had evolved on their individual paths. Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to Analytics Insight podcast. This is your very own host, Priya Dialani, and senior editor at Analytics Insight. So, today, the key drivers of digital transformation is intelligent automation. If I put it simply, it is basically a combination of automation and artificial intelligence for business functioning. Now, with the AI sector constantly growing and predicted to reach around $150 billion by 2026, the implementation of intelligent process automation tools have a strong positive effect on business development. Now, with such phenomenal growth, can intelligent automation be the future? To know about this, today we have Subram Natarajan, CTO and Director Technical Sales, IBM Technology Sales, India and South Asia. Hi Subram, how are you doing?
Priya, great to be here, and I hope everyone is keeping safe. My wishes for the same.
Thank you so much. We're all doing safe and healthy. Hope you're also doing the same at your end.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay. So, well, my first question has always been knowing about the company and its services. But we all know about IBM and its advancements in the field of technology. But what our listeners don't know is your role in the company. So, can you help us know more about your role in the company or your journey till date and what have been your contributions till date towards the company?
Sure, Priya. My journey has mostly been predominantly with IBM. So right after my graduation, I started off as a project engineer with Procter& and Gamble, and I was involved in their 3090 mainframe transition. Then I moved to mainstream software development with Speedware Corporation, a case tool manufacturing company, and then on to Informix. This is where I got my deep expertise in case tool development, testing, database replication, kernel development, etc. So when I became part of IBM, which was resulting from Informix acquisition, I worked on storage platform development projects, virtualization, file system development, a whole bunch of hardware design, etc. I moved back to India about a decade and a half ago, and I've had the opportunity to work with various client-facing roles, in core storage technology and hardware and systems areas, as well as across the board industry solutions as well. I led the high-performance computing portfolio for India for some time, and then I eventually moved on to becoming the technical sales leader. About 5 years ago, I got this opportunity to lead the technology mandate for IBM India as a CTO, and here I am. So I've been very fortunate to have had, I would say, a variety of roles, and all of them have been a tremendous learning for me.
I must say, an incredible journey, Subram. I guess a variety of roles also adds up to the experience of each day and in every aspect of the business, probably the concerned department that you have been handling. In the start, I mentioned about the survey about Gartner with regards to digital transformation, but Gartner also defines intelligent automation services as the umbrella term for a variety of strategies, skills, tools, and techniques that service providers are using to remove the need for labor and increase the predictability and reliability of services while reducing the cost of delivery. Now, having said that, with intelligent automation, the dynamics are further changing. Human and machines can work in concert and interact to achieve the best business process functioning. Now, this is what Gartner defines intelligent automation and its views on that particular technology. So, we want to know from you what are your views on intelligent automation, its trends, and how do you think IBM is helping clients to adopt intelligent automation?
Pretty interesting question, Priya. So automation has, I would say, a long and storied history. Actually, dates more than 5,000 years. Today, advancements in artificial intelligence is definitely spawning a new era of or new phase of automation. What we are witnessing, as you rightly said, intelligent automation, and that's emerging as one of the most significant drivers of, I would say, the enterprise-wide digital transformation. And what we are seeing is also enterprises are consciously moving beyond the routine process automation for essentially the driver being operational efficiency and more intelligent workflow definitions. When we talk about situations such as where we are right now, the learnings from disruption, the pandemic has signaled. Essentially, it has signaled a mission critical need for acceleration of investment in the automation and digitization. I read somewhere that 80% of the companies are already using automation software or plan to use this technology in the next 12 months or so. And then, what is more interesting is one third of the organizations have increased their usage of automation during the pandemic. And this is just not only to bolster the productivity of employees, they also found new applications of these technology to make themselves more resilient, such as helping to automate the resolution of IT incidents, etc. So this is how organizations are kind of filling the cracks highlighted by the worldwide disruption, and ultimately they will all emerge stronger in the new tomorrow, right? Is my view is those with boldest vision, specifically in the area of intelligent automation, will get the most benefits. Not just because they will give intelligent automation more work to do, but because they understand the transformational impact of this technology, and they are preparing to address the human technology workforce partnership in a much more mature way, so to say. The use of automation and artificial intelligence presents a spectrum of possibilities. So the net of it, is we need to look at the key business outcomes. Deploying intelligent automation across the enterprise, and sometimes including the ecosystem also builds a very robust and adaptable business, a business that is able to rapidly respond, pivot and scale up or down depending on the demands, and adopt a new operating models. So remember, it is not necessarily the fittest or fastest or strongest that survive, but the most adaptable will survive in these days and time.
I very well liked your last sentence, Subram, that it's very important to be adaptable in this current business landscape, and that's how everybody would be able to survive. Also, yes, you were right that automation has been here since a quite a time now, and even enterprises have been using automation for quite some time now. So if I want to go back, it started with machines replacing humans on assembly lines and evolved into AI or robotic process automation and cognitive algorithms being at the heart of complicated environments that imitate human reasoning and behavior. So today's automation dramatically changes the way humans and machines interact with each other under the rapid growth of data flows, digital transformation, and also practically with unlimited computing power. Now, since we know that automation has been there, or we are seeing a new influx of intelligent automation, so do you think intelligent automation is a new era of innovation?
In a way, it is. The impact of business are on multiple dimensions. So I'll name three. Firstly, whether it is cost or improving efficiencies or improving even customer experience, intelligent automation will continue to help businesses achieve all of this in a sort of, I would say, all-inclusive way. Secondly, as a result of automation, workforce redistribution will occur naturally. Higher value tasks within the organization invariably will be relegated more and more to human beings, and that will foster innovation. So, thirdly, I would say this is the need of the hour with the pandemic situation and scanty workforce availability. organizations are forced to think out of the box to come up with solutions that will help them stay competitive. And so therefore, by all means, that this intelligent automation is unveiling a new era of innovation in the automation arena.
Definitely, Subram. I think that's quite well said. Also, when we're talking about any technology, every technology has its pros and cons, and to effectively deploy any technology, we really need a soundproof and a cutting edge strategy as well. So while intelligent automation or deploying intelligent automation can bring a lot of benefits, the success of this endeavor depends on several factors. Probably, it requires the correct combination of people, processes, technology for that might matter, or guided by the right automation strategy, as I earlier said. So I believe the strategy is the core of every automation project, and there is no one size fits all approach to it. So there are several critical elements that one needs to address when creating a soundproof strategy. So we want to know from you, if there is a well defined method or a strategy which enterprises can adopt to effectively embrace intelligent automation.
Priya, you rightly called out the need for having the right kind of tools, methodologies, expertise. Because companies are beginning to understand that implementing intelligent automation is a journey. So therefore, in that journey, you need tools, technologies, methods, and above all, a right partner who have done this in several occasions and successfully brought up companies which are really beginning to see the business outcomes. So as organizations start embarking on this journey and begin to make progress, one thing that's very good about intelligent automation is the realization of higher levels of process maturity happens progressively and rather quickly. So therefore, improvement of business value is a given. So, I would say there are three critical steps, as we start looking at adopting intelligent automation. First step is a company may want to begin with digitizing their operations with low code, cloud ready, containerized automation software. Now, automation of existing business process management, content, ODM has been there, and is simply that's just not enough. One may want to use low code technologies to enable digitization. And this needs to be done at scale across the organization. This is where cloud technologies come in handy to quickly and I would say flexibly establish automation across the enterprise. Now, second, apply AI in practical ways, so you don't need a team of data scientists and babysit the entire artificial intelligence platform. So if you look at projects like document understanding, next best actions, suggestions, they're all low hanging fruits with high potential for creating business impact. These, in fact, build on existing digitization efforts, and the several tools and methodologies we talked about earlier come in really handy here for applying specific patterns that have seen success elsewhere. So lastly, a third step is what I call as hyper automation phase, where you start to look at optimizing the hybrid workforce. That is, automation plus the human as a workforce together. This step is about continuously optimizing the workforce, making it become a hybrid workforce where you can deploy your people where they matter most and deploy the digital workers where they have a greater level of productivity with respect to repetitive tasks and replicating human actions very, very efficiently. So, this is a well-treaded path, Priya. Intelligent automation, you start going from initial steps of digitization to applying AI and then eventually getting onto the hyper automation phase.
That's true, Subram. I guess the insights shared by you are very valuable, and I hope our listeners would tap onto these insights and make sure that they effectively deploy intelligent automation in their respective enterprises. So I want to go back earlier when I was talking about the pros and cons of every technology, but I would like to change in that instead of saying it as con, I would like to say that each technology has faced a lot of criticism. Just trying to be a little positive here on the technology front. So I also want to like to quote like Stephen Hawking said that the automation of factories has already decimated jobs in traditional manufacturing, and the rise of artificial intelligence is likely to extend this job destruction deep into the middle classes, with only the most caring, creative, or supervisory roles remaining. Now, I'm sure you must have come across this criticism as well in terms of automation. But today we are talking about intelligent automation. So, do you think that intelligent automation will be able to overcome those criticisms and will try to establish a human machine collaboration?
Certainly, I think fundamental premise is that AI is not going to replace human beings. That's the notion that we carry. At best, it will augment human beings in making right kind of decisions, essentially in all tasks. Right. So the use of automation, along with artificial intelligence, and in my view, I would include all exponential technologies. And this is essentially changing the way human and machines interact. Fundamentally, when you look at the business processes and understand various elements in those business processes, such as, for example, data and information collection, organization, analysis, and decision making. These are all roles that immediately come under the hammer now with the advent of intelligent automation. So, a lot of repetitive tasks, as well as those low value tasks where human beings are involved, are going to be heavily aided or influenced by AI, and there is no doubt about it. This is not about doing away with either the task or human being in a task force. It is about moving them to tasks where they are required more. They are more suitable and provide value addition, such as innovation. It is really, as I said earlier, it is really not the fittest, fastest, strongest. It is about the most adaptable, right? And human beings are best known for being adaptable. So leveraging AI to do some of the tasks like email triaging, help desk ticket management, they're all great examples of how intelligent process automation can be implemented. So any business process which has a fair bit of repeatable steps, they're going to be great candidates for automation. And we have a very strong justification or argument to overcome the criticism that AI only strengthens the whole process of bringing in, say, more accuracy, better customer experience, and human beings will be helping us with the higher value innovation and tasks that are necessary to provide business outcomes.
Definitely, Subram. I totally agree with you that it's more about augmenting humans' productivity. And again, here I would like to point out that intelligent automation seems like a potential boon, since it can automate as well as synergistically work with humans to ensure best productivity as compared to just hiring humans alone. And different industries, probably banks, insurance, e-commerce business, and relevant companies are leveraging intelligent automation to deliver enhanced and personalized customer experiences. Now, many such companies have already invested in chat services, or just like you mentioned, the help ticket system service, or chatbots to work in concert with humans for the best customer engagement. But when we are talking about such things, yes, probably there are enterprises who are adopting intelligent automation. But we would like to know how IBM will drive intelligent automation and what would be your role in it.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think the key is IBM has been pioneering this with variety of solutions. First of all, we start with the automation platform offerings, and then there is a battery of automation solutions also. So let me try and give you a glimpse of what role IBM plays in this whole area. The first one is IBM Cloud Pak for Business Automation, And essentially this helps scale the intelligent automation deployment, and the net result is increased productivity on any cloud. So this is available on not only public but also on private cloud and even an on-prem setup as well, right? So this includes the business automation capabilities, and it is infused with AI and automation software and services for monitoring, reporting, decision management, orchestration, etc. So this is about the platform. And same way, you have the cloud pack for business automation that lets clients quickly scale up or down to meet the fluctuating customer demand. And this is about rapidly enabling customers to create new products and services. And if you were to really peel the layer of onion, it is essential characteristics that any organization should have to gain the competitive advantage, right? So that is the second one. Now, these are platforms which allows customers to create their own solutions, but off the cuff, we provide a lot of industry solutions as well, right? So when it comes to solutions, um, intelligent automation plays a huge role in IT operations. But when you're talking about IT operations, could be fairly repetitive in nature, and where AI can play a great role, right? So that's where Cloud Pak for Watson AI Ops come into play, and it kind of keeps an eye over various IT components, how they are behaving, what their present health conditions are, and then be able to predict impending failures, and in some cases automate corrective actions as well. So a lot of IT administrative tasks can become part of this, right? This is done through the Watson AI Ops facility. And then the intelligent automation kind of extends to the services as well. There is IBM's global business services provide help to organizations to reinvent the way the workflows are defined, right? And that is where the intelligent workflows come in, where AI becomes part of the workflow that's getting redesigned. And they do this with a deep industry technology and business strategy background. And when you add the process expertise from our customers, essentially you reshape the core functions, and this can scale across the organizations, anywhere from, say, for example, supply chain to finance to human resources and talent lifecycle, to name a few. There are plenty of processes or workflows within the organization that can get reshaped, right? So they develop these intelligence workflows, and they do it in a methodical way, sort of in a continuum, I would say. So initially it starts to build momentum, and then it starts to bring greater and greater value as more and more process and tasks get integrated into the core cycle, right? So as you can see, whether it is platform, industry solutions, or services to help our customers get onto intelligent automation platform, our role has been sort of, in a way, pivotal in this whole intelligent automation as a technology and as a field.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Subram, for telling us how IBM will be contributing in the field of intelligent automation. And I'm sure, unlike other companies who are facing challenges or hurdles in terms of intelligent automation, IBM will be a key driving force in terms of creating awareness about it, as well as helping companies and enterprises to make sure they're effectively deploying intelligent automation. So if you want to talk about technologies like robotic process automation and AI, they are basically creating a new type of workforce where they are driving digital transformation as well as broadening business opportunities. Well, of course, thanks to COVID-19, where we are forced to sit at homes, lock down at homes, and work remotely. But enterprise intelligent automation is still a more of a newborn rather than a mature concept in the world of technologies. But it learns and develops fast and is quickly becoming an important ingredient of business success. So these intelligent automation trends are now in the spotlight and capturing the attention of the CEOs, developers, as well as analysts around the world. We want to know your views if technologies like AI and automation are impacting today's innovation. And in this, how has the role of a leader changed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, see, as I was mentioning earlier, close to about, thanks to COVID, close to about 80% of the companies have already jumped onto this platform. More than a third of them have, some projects or the other going on in the intelligent automation. See, next gen technologies like AI, big data, IoT, blockchain, they're all playing a vital role in shaping an organization's digital transformation destiny anyway. And this is particularly true during the current times where the pandemic is essentially acting as an accelerant to the adoption of these next gen technologies. For example, if you really think about, and IBM has this offering called Cloud Pak for Data, there is a particular feature called Auto AI. Now, this helps build AI models based on the profile of the data set itself. So it automatically identifies the algorithms to be used that can be deployed with along with the confidence ratios. Imagine this in a big data and AI area where 80% of the time that data scientists spend is on tedious tasks around data, curation, management, and so on. Automation of identification of algorithms to be used is a huge boon, if you ask me. So that is where you see a confluence of automation into big data as well, right? And we have also implemented intelligent automation by leveraging IoT. Take for example our Maximo asset management solutions. So the enterprise asset management is essentially a combination of software systems and services. Primarily, this is used to maintain and control IoT devices. I would say including operational assets and equipment. But this is all aided by data, AI, and automation to make better decisions. So you see all of these, the workflows are getting automated with the help of data here too. And very recently, we have been working with a very large, food, retail manufacturer, where we kind of reimagine their entire supply chain solutions, and it is kind of embedded, with some of these AI technologies to make it better and better. For example, if you take IBM Sterling supply chain solutions, it is embedded with blockchain technology to make supply chain smarter, more efficient, and essentially any supply chain digital transformation, we are there. Same thing you can see about weather operations, where weather provides an information. So you see, we are just not stopping with providing platforms. These are all industry specific solutions that integrates various next gen technologies, be it AI, blockchain, IoT, and automation is playing sort of a arterial role in changing the game for the respective organizations in their digital transformation pursuits.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you. Yeah, these technologies are widely impacting today's innovation as well as business landscape. But right now, I would like to, take a pause and think about the current scenario of intelligent automation. Yes, it's already there, and enterprises are moving towards intelligent automation and trying to embrace it effectively. Nevertheless, there are still many challenges to overcome. Probably it can be achieving the perfect integration between all apps, quick interconnection, and data management are among the challenges, and it's a need of an hour to overcome these challenges. While the majority of business leaders believe that it is worthwhile to invest in intelligent automation, companies are yet to invest as much owing to the dearth of skilled manpower. So, we would like to know what, according to you, is or how will be the future of intelligent automation?
Well, let's see. Gazing into my crystal ball, I see, intelligent automation actually is, as you rightly put, Priya. Although it is sort of a nascent field, it has caught on people's attention, particularly because many people view this as a sort of evolution from their earlier RPA incarnation. So I see intelligent automation evolving in two different dimensions. The first one, as we start accelerating the digital transformation, you would see more and more industry-specific solutions that are going to be powered by intelligent automation, and they will continue to emerge and evolve. Um, in the times of pandemic, the lack of workforce availability and the need to provide consistent customer experience and the perennial cost efficiency question, these will be the driving factors. Pandemic will force organizations to adopt intelligent automation. The one-third value that I was telling you earlier is quickly going to change to near 100%, right? Because we will have no choice but to adopt. So this is one. The second thing is we talked a little bit about the convergence of technologies. Now, I think this, while this will be a sort of natural phenomenon, I think this is going to accelerate dramatically. You see, cloud, data, AI will all come together with intelligent automation being, a binding force for various emerging solutions. Now, the key requirement obviously is to make sure that they are all working together in one framework, right? That is where the openness or open framework based technologies matter a lot. So tools, methods, adoption of these technologies will all see further levels of innovation, all fueled by open framework based technology tool set. Essentially, it is about coming together, and they will be essentially the driving factor for bringing in more and more innovation. See, I see these two as critical future of intelligent automation, and I would say this future that we talk about is much closer in time scale than we think of.
Yes, I also agree with you, Subram, that this technology is quite promising, and of course, I very well liked your point that it's changing. The technology is changing so fast, and it's very important to adapt to it. Eventually, if it's the only option left is that we have to adopt the technology, whether you like it or not. So since we're talking about intelligent automation, and we know we have spoken about the different strategies, what with the future, the present scenario, but I guess though it is also catching people's attention, namely the CIOs and developers, but something that I really feel lacking is that it's difficult for enterprises or people to shift their outlook towards this technology. So what would be your advice to such business owners or probably leaders who fail to shift their outlook towards intelligent automation?
Yeah, I mean, see, I think it's no longer going to be a luxury and it is a need, right? So it is critical that organizations seize this opportunity, and the intelligent automation presents a very credible way of achieving solid business outcomes. And automation achievers are extending the scope and vision of their programs to far-reaching business goals, and they are able to achieve many of them in short sprints. In doing so, they are able to set up and adapt and capture growth in a recovering market, and that is the key word, right? We will see a recovering market, and capturing growth will define leaders versus laggards. So that's one. Seizing the opportunity is definitely my advice one. My second advice would be to do more with data. You see, the analysis, actionable insights that one will derive from data, and more complex decisions that will emerge out of it, will all be part of the intelligent machines, right? So when you feed this into your workflow, they become far more powerful and impactful. So my second advice is do more with data. The next one is more to do with what you touched on earlier, Priya, which is the focus on future of work. And again, here, this is about integrating technology, innovation, and collaboration. And we should do this by, every organization should be really focusing on emphasizing on retraining and reskilling because there is a massive workforce realignment that will happen as a result of intelligent automation. And therefore, there's emphasis on retraining and reskilling will become very, very critical. A focus on creating higher value work is essential, and organizations need to create the environment for the employees to thrive in this kind of higher value work environment. So building a foundation of what I call as a collaboration and innovation, and help the employees to set them up for what I call as the long-term journey within the organizations, rather than having to do the low-value tasks. So this would be my third advice, to kind of reimagine how the workforce within the organization would be looking like in the new era of intelligent automation. So those would be my advice to business owners or organizations as they start embarking on intelligent automation journey.
Thank you, Subram, for touchdowning on the important aspect that we probably missed in the entire conversation, was creating an internal environment within the organization where we're encouraging collaboration and an environment where employees and workforce feel encouraged or motivated to adapt technology as well as embrace them effectively, so that even they can augment their skills and their abilities. So it's quite evident that there is a strong polarity among business leaders on the fruitfulness of incorporating intelligent automation into systems. While most feel it would boost up their existing functions, a major chunk also feels that it would replace existing workforce and snatch away their jobs. So there is a palpable machine fear factor running in the minds of several employees globally. And the big challenge for various sectors now is how successfully and strategically can they incorporate intelligent automation in their existing systems, but in their existing workforce ecosystems. Ideally, it should be in such a way that business functions gain momentum while ensuring minimum risks to existing employees through training and reallocating their individual functions. Well, thank you so much, Subram. It was a pleasure having you with us on our podcast. It was quite insightful, and I'm sure our listeners would have gained valuable insights from your conversation. So, thank you so much for taking out time and being on a podcast.
Thanks so much, Priya. Pleasure is mine, and stay safe.
Yes. So this is for our listeners. Watch the space for more podcasts. Also, we are on Spotify and Google Podcasts too. Go ahead and listen to our podcast. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you so much.